Hey, Sippy Sugar here with the mid-morning news rundown, practicing self-care. That's why I look like this. The Senate cleared a 51-49 procedural vote in the big beautiful bill and is set to begin a vote-a-rama where they debate the bill and amendments. The bill is currently 940 pages and is filled with $930 billion cuts to Medicaid, tax breaks for the wealthy and corporation, raising taxes on low and middle class income people of the United States. That's anyway. $25 billion fund for rural hospitals, delayed provider tax cuts, temporary SALT cap lifted to 40K through 2029, and other provisions. Trump hosted Senator Schmidt, Graham, and Rand Paul Saturday afternoon, in a golf session to convince Rand Paul to vote yes for this bill. Now, mind you, CIA Director John Ratcliffe joined them. It is my belief that Trump is either bribing or threatening these no senators with, you know, dirt. We got this on you, Rand. You better change your vote. You better step in line or else. That's exactly how I think that conversation went down. Rand Paul, Tom Tillis, and Ron Johnson all voted no and continue to express concerns over Medicaid cuts, deficit, and healthcare access. Again, let's see what happens when the final vote comes about because there's a lot of no's until the actual vote, and then miraculously, everyone seems to vote yes. So what happens now? There's a vote-a-rama beginning. Senators will debate and vote on dozens of amendments. Final Senate vote is expected on Monday. If Republicans lose more than 3 votes, VP Vance may need to break the tie. We need about 5 dissenters. That's what we need. That's how we break this. We need 5 Republicans. So we need a Murkowski. We need someone else who tends to be more moderate to look at this bill and say, you know what? I can't do this. Let's hope for a miracle. My hope is dwindling, but let's try. Let's try to have hope that these people will do the right thing for the United States citizens. Other weekly highlights this weekend, we know what the Supreme Court did, limited nationwide injunctions, but giving a cheat code that if you do class action suits, this is a workaround that. The court upheld ACA preventative care, struck down Medicaid funding for abortion clinics, allowing opt-outs for LGBTQ curriculum, and kept adult age gating for pornography sites. Trump announced this week also an end to Haitian TPS, potentially deporting hundreds of thousands of Haitians who had temporary protective status here. We allowed them to come here, um, gave them status, and now it's getting snatched away. He also exempted corporations from federal clean air rules and halted trade talks with Canada, eyeing new tariffs. As I stated before, a new lawsuit was filed in Maryland to block Trump's birthright order, precisely what Justice Sotomayor warned could happen. Again, giving us the cheat code. And then President Biden, hold on, President Biden showing us how it's done. This is at the funeral or lying in state for the Hortmans who were gunned down at their home in a political killing. This is what presidential looks like, paying respects. This man is 80 years old, battling cancer, made the trip out there to show the United States this is what a president is supposed to do and how a president is supposed to act. Did Donald Trump pay his respects? Did he call the family? Did he try to console them? No. He's on the golf course threatening Republican senators to vote for his big, beautiful bill. That's my morning news rundown and recap. I'm Simply Sugar. Like, share, follow if you can. I'm going to be dropping another Substack article later today.